Good evening, this is Kenny Ken for Pep Talk UK. The final whistle's just gone in Lyon and the World Cup trophy has been presented to the USA, who are the world champions, back-to-back world champions after beating Holland 2-0 in Lyon in front of 58,000 fans. Fantastic achievement for me, one of the best sporting teams I've seen in world football. Probably one of the best achievements I've seen. It was a comfortable win for the USA. They're the best team in a tournament by a mile, and they're a credit to their profession. I know a lot of criticism has been made by people on these aisles for the simple because they the reason why those criticisms were made because they had to temerity beat the English, and because of their celebrations. But I think everyone in women's football knows that the USA are standard bearers, and they're a team that that all teams need to aspire to, especially England, because for me, watching the game today and also watching a lot of their games, they have no weaknesses whatsoever. They have brilliant defence. Their midfield is very strong, and up in terms of attacking positions, they're fantastic. Morgan, Lavelle, Rapinoe, all great players. If you look at the Golden Boot was won by Rapinoe, and then Silver Boot was won by Morgan, and the third best player of the tournament was won by Lavelle. That shows you the levels that USA are on in terms of this tournament and major tournaments around the world. If you look at the game itself, I think Holland did very well to hang on to the game. I'm sure, and I think that they did very well for it to be 2-0. Their goalkeeper was fantastic, Van Dale, made some good saves in the first half when the USA were pressing. But in the 60th minute, VAR struck again, in terms of there was a foul by Van Gerecht on Rapinoe, and first the referee didn't give the penalty, even though for me it looked like a high boot and it was definite penalty. VAR came to the rescue, and Rapinoe converted the penalty to put USA 1-0 up, and then 9 minutes later, great goal. Individual goal and shot from by the angle from Lavelle made it 2-0. And after that, Holland found it very, very difficult to get back in the game, and that's where, for me, USA showed their professionalism. What I mean by professionalism is their game management. They gave Holland nothing, and then when the game was getting stretched, they managed to get themselves in the last third. Although Holland defended very stoutly and were hanging on, but for me, it was very well deserved. In fact, in terms of the tournament itself, I was very impressed with the tournament. The standard of football, was fantastic. I wasn't expecting too much, but if you look at all the teams, like I said there, I think one of the things that I do like about the women's game is that it's very professional in terms of the fact that a lot of the clubs are investing a lot of money in sort of not just the English game but the world game, and also TV is very much involved, especially as we see it with the Women's Premier League and the Women's Football League and the FA. The women's game is doing very well. One of the things that I do want to talk about in terms of women's football, in terms of today's game, I just think it was a shame that that the VAR system was used as an experiment for this tournament. I mean, they could have used it for the Champions League like they did in the men's game. They could have used it for the Premier League, but for a major tournament for the World Cup, I think it's very disappointing that FIFA decided to use that experiment with a major tournament like this. However, I do understand the situation, why it would be done, but to just do it in a women's game, I think what it did is it caused a lot of talking points, a lot of controversy. I think maybe FIFA like it that way, but maybe, for future reference, you are going to make these sort of experiments, do it and don't do it in a major tournament. Also today, I do agree with Megan Rapinoe. There was today's should have been a set day for the Women's World Cup final instead of having it at the same time as the Copa America and the Gold Cup. So I agree with that. Agree with her sentiments regarding that. However, football history has been made. USA have won back-to-back titles. Congratulations to Jill Scott, who's won a second and world title in a row. and congratulations to the US of A. Commiserations to Holland, who had a fantastic tournament. Also, congratulations to the England Lionesses getting this far, playing some very good football, and also congratulations to Sweden finishing third. I'm going to leave you and have the rest of my evening. Enjoy it and put your questions below. Speak later.